All right, good morning, everybody. Joe Van Doren here, and welcome to our virtues pick for today. And we're sitting in a gazebo outside a medical center. My wife is having some testing done today that is going to take a little while. And the word that came up when I shook my phone up this morning is the perfect word for what I need today. And I am sure that you have seen too that when words come up, there are things that we can relate to, that have resonance with us, that are things that we can possibly use. And that word today is understanding. So let's read the description first, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. Understanding is having clear insight into ideas and feelings. We thoughtfully seek to comprehend the full truth. We are mindful of what is most important. We are deeply present to others with compassion and accuracy, helping them to discern their own clarity. We go the extra mile to put ourselves in another's shoes in order to forgive. We treasure knowledge and use our minds as tools to explore what is real and true. We cherish the ability to see the whole picture. Isn't that the perfect word for today? My wife had a lot of preparation to do to get ready for her testing today, and it it made her feel very, very bad. She really had a rough evening and night and morning. And for me, for someone who doesn't get sick very often, doesn't have issues, doesn't go through all these kinds of things, it can be difficult to have that sort of clarity, I guess, or understanding. And so that's why I appreciated having this word come up today. We're deeply present to others, and so I'm deeply present today to the needs of my wife, and to have that sort of compassion that she can count on me to be there for her, and to put myself into her shoes, and to think about what is it that I would like to have that would be helpful. So that's how, on a personal level, that's how I'm thinking about understanding today. And as I look at this whole idea of understanding, it's really about our ability to see not only the whole picture but the big picture, to see the what is the end results of all this. And I think this is especially true when we're talking about raising children, when we sometimes want this immediate effect to take place, that we have them obey us immediately and to do that. But we really need to see the whole picture and see what is it that they're feeling, and have compassion for them, and to understand what it is that what needs they have. And for each child, it's going to be different. And so to have that kind of wisdom, which is another virtue, right? To have that understanding and insight into how a person is feeling and what it is that they are, how they're seeing things, can be, it can be a little difficult for us sometimes. But really being mindful of that, and recognizing that the important thing is that we maintain and grow our relationships, and grow in our compassion and empathy and our relationships, I think, is really helpful in getting us to that point. So how do we teach our children about understanding? Well, I think it begins with us and our ability to listen, and teaching them to listen and to hear the whole story. Sometimes in our family meetings, we have the opportunity for each person to express themselves and what they're feeling, what they're going through, what was the most difficult thing of the day, or what was the most exciting thing for the day. And for each person, it's going to be different. And we can help our children to gain and to develop this virtue of understanding by having them, sit in these family meetings and really do listen and hear and discern what is happening for the other person. And then, of course, we can start growing some of the other virtues in empathy and compassion and kindness and helping each of them to grow. So, I want to read the quote for today because it's just interesting. It comes from Vincent van Gogh, and he said, "If one is master of one thing and understands one thing well, one has at the same time insight into and understanding of many things." I'm not sure I totally understand that quote, but I do know that if we'll take the time to try to understand one thing, that many times they do relate to each other. We can relate one set of experiences to another set of experiences. But really, I think the most important thing is the listening and putting ourselves in the other person's shoes and just being there, being present for them. So we have a very interesting situation here. I'm sitting in a gazebo. I don't know if you can see it outside the medical center. It's a very lovely setting. You can see. I'm behind this thing now. It's a very lovely setting. So I'm really happy to have this kind of opportunity to be in this situation. So, and I wish my wife the very best in her testing, and I hope and pray that everything comes out well for her. So that's my thoughts today, and thank you very much for being here. Please continue to practice the virtues and the 4 C's of successful families, and that is clarity, communication, consistency, and community. I might note that on Facebook we just released our first book, and that was called The Fight Against Bullying, and it's for parents who want to be proactive in helping their children to be able to deal with some of the stuff that goes on in real life, right? So there's going to be more books coming because I'm really enjoyed that process, and I'm looking forward to doing that too. So until next time, keep practicing these virtues and the 4 C's, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.